Cleansing breaths. Bringing that breath down deep into the lungs, down into the belly. Just start to get into the moment. Clear the mind. Let's raise our arms up. Just start to open up the spine. A gentle rotation either side. Getting some space in our vertebrae. Allowing our energy to flow up and down the earth, up through our feet, legs, torso, through the crown of our head, out to the sky. Let's get a little loosening of our muscles in our back, tendons and ligaments. You can raise your trailing heel, maybe get a little more rotation, a little more range of movement. Breathing deeply, relaxing the face. You glance over your shoulder, get a little extra stretch in your neck. Wake up those neck muscles. Breathing in good positive energy. And exhaling, letting go. Just letting go of any extraneous thoughts. We can lower our hands to waist level, hip level. Envision, imagine you're standing in a pool of warm water. Allowing that motion to begin at the dantian, hip level. Have your hips bring the rest of your body along. Your arms, hands, and fingers trailing. Breathing. Enjoying the sounds of nature all around us. We can anchor our feet and move into flop. Just rotate at the hips, allow our arms and hands to swing freely like a pendulum. I've got an old tide clock that's kind of mechanical. It's got a rotate spring motion that looks like this. It rotates back and forth. Allow your hands to stimulate your lower abdomen, your lower back, waking up muscles, sending good energy into your lower abdomen, into your lower back, enlivening our internal organs, stomach and intestines and kidneys and liver. Celebrate their wonderful function. Send good energy to our organs. deeply. And bring the lead hand up to the chest, live in the chest, sending good energy, good positive chi to our lungs, heart center. We can bring that hand up to a little higher, up to the neck and shoulder, livening shoulder muscles, neck muscles, joints, bones, tendons, ligaments, blood vessels. Just bring good, positive energy to all of our body systems. Start to bring the hands back down to the chest level, back down to the lower abdomen. And just unwind and come back to center and pause and notice how your body feels, tingling in your arms, fingers, back, your abdomen. Just notice what's happening. Okay, we can work on moving to waking up the dantian, just padding on our lower abdomen, livening stomach, waking up the skin. Pat our lower back, up and down the lower back. Some good energy there. I need help here. I've been moving boxes from Massachusetts to Maine. I hate moving. Every year I injure myself a little more easily. So this is good. Okay, let's shake that out. We can move into some tapping. Let's go right into tapping. So take our fingertips and let's send some good energy to the jade pillow, our lower neck, or our lower neck, yep. Back of our neck. And, work our way around to our ears, above our ears, below the ears. Send some energy to our jaw, lower jaw, corner of the jaw, corner of the eyes, eyebrows, forehead, temples, top of the head. Just send that good energy to all these little nooks and crannies and muscles that make up our wonderful head. We can shake that out and begin tapping on our hips, livening our hips. We're going to tap behind the knees. Front of the knees, 3 mile point. Back up, and then we can tap down the inside of our legs, around the feet, up the outside of our legs. Repeat that 3 times. We can move up and work on one elbow. We're going to tap and enliven the inside of the elbow. Again, move around. If you need areas need more attention, spend more time with there. Back of the elbow, outside of the elbow. Move up to the shoulder. Work all around the shoulder on the side. Maybe the lower neck there too. Behind the shoulder if you can reach. We can work down the side, up the side, down the inside of the arm, up the outside of the arm, and repeat that 3 times. Livening, stimulating all these areas and skin. Okay, we can come over to the other side, work on the other elbow. We'll do this as it feels comfortable. You can make your arm red if you want. Be gentle. Whatever spirit moves you outside of the elbow. Bring your mind to focus and envision good energy coming into each of these areas. The minds to move up to the shoulder, but there's a lot of research that shows that our minds can do amazing things. If we think positive thoughts, good things happen. And we can bring that healing energy to all different kinds of parts of our body. We can work down the side, up the side, down the inside, up the outside on this side 3 times. We can tap a little on the upper chest, livening the lungs. Take a couple of good deep breaths here. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out. Do that one more time. Breathe in, hold, and exhale. Shake that out. Pause for a second here. Notice how we feel. All stimulated arms. You can bring some good chi, good positive energy to our immune system. We'll just tap the inner and outer gates here. Just one little below the wrist, one into another. Breathing in good energy, all elements of our immune system. We can switch sides. Shake that out. That's good. Let's do a little bit of pump. Let's bring some more, build some more energy in our systems. Just begin swinging the arms up to shoulder height or a little higher. Let them fall nice and smoothly down. Let's see if you can breathe naturally. And we can maybe increase this range of motion a little bit. Breathe into it. Breathe in good energy into our dantian, that point 2 or 3 inches below the navel, internal to the body, place where we store chi. We can make this a little more energetic if you are comfortable. coming up on your toes. So come up, down on your heels. Be careful to maintain your balance. We can, if you drop the weight onto those heels, we actually build bone density together right here in Tennant's Harbor. Breathing into it. And come back to center. Just relax. Shake that out. Let's move on to our series of horse stance poses. So we'll take a little wider stance. In the horse stance, maybe 1.5 times hip width if you can, and want to kind of get into our stance here. Back flat, head erect, pelvis tilted down to get a nice flat back. Just breathe a little bit. And if you can, sink the weight a little bit. Sink your body weight down, maintaining your head up, not bending over, but just sink straight down as if you're sitting on a chair, if you can. Because this is an energetic, particularly in the legs exercise. We're going to take a breath in, and on the exhale, raise our arms out into a T, palms facing down. Take a couple of breaths in this position. You could make adjustments, tilt back and forth. We're trying to find a position or location where we're in the least amount of stress, where we have the least amount of energy to hold that position. If you need to stand up, if it gets too uncomfortable, stand up. Bring our palms facing up. Breathing deeply. We can place our palms facing out, pushing out. In each of these positions, you can imagine resisting some force. We can raise our arms up, palms facing up, making a connection with the sky above. Absorbing some good positive energy through our palms facing up the rest of the universe. And we can place our palms facing down and rain that good positive energy down through the crown of our head. Sending good positive chi throughout our whole bodies to wherever it's needed. We can begin to lower the hands and come up out of the position, walk our feet in to a more comfortable stance and just smooth that energy down through our bodies. We'll do that again. We'll just bring our arms up, take an inhale, arms up above our heads, and exhale, palms coming down, just smoothing that energy, settling the chi. Yeah, shake that out. We'll go ahead and move into some tiger claw exercise. We'll do 3 tiger claw movements. We'll begin with a Tiger Claw 1. So we'll just sink down as low as is comfortable, just with relaxed hands, and actually sink down. And with relaxed hands, come up, hands, maybe a foot in front of our chest, reach for the sky, and form our tiger claws, powerful claws. And with energy, sink back down as if we're scraping that tree or that wall. And then relax on the way back up, breathing in. And then with energy and power, bring that downstroke. Just continue on your own here at a speed, and a pace, and a range of motion that fits you. Try and match the breathing with your motion. We'll just work on this individually for a minute or two. Getting a good stretch in that crouch down, and reaching down and gathering up some energy from the earth and raising it up high. And then forming those claws, coming back down again. And do one last one when you're ready. And come back into our ready position. And the second tiger claw will be kind of rotating left and right. We're just going to raise our hands up. We'll put one arm forward, twist at the hips, and one arm behind, and come down. When we get down, come back to center. Raise our hands up again, and twist to the other side. One arm forward, one arm behind, come down. Crouch, back to center. Up, rotate, and down. Inhale up to center. Rotate, exhale, on the down stretch. Again, go at a good pace and range of motion to fit you. Just work on this individually for another minute or two. Breathing deeply. Envisioning that power of the tiger coming down, expanding all around us. Imagine we have the power of the tiger stored as a ball of energy in our dantian. We build it up as we raise up, and we can extend that energy all around us as we come down. This is a good one. Good. almost all parts of our body working on this one, our legs, feet, ankles, and our hips. Get some rotation in our hips and lower back. And also it's engaged in our arms and shoulders and hands and fingers. A lot going on here. Do two more from wherever you're at. Do two more whole movements on both sides. And come back to center, shake that out. Notice if there's any areas where you need to send more energy, anything awakened during that movement. We'll do tiger emerging, and a number of these exercises and the ones that are going to follow here are really focused um, on boundaries, on keeping boundaries. We're keeping great boundaries here. We've had to keep, sometimes unpleasant boundaries for this last year, and this is, there's and a recognition that we all have different comfort level with boundaries. Some people can be, right up face to face, and other people, are more comfortable at quite a distance. And we're all different that way, and we're all different that way in the COVID era and in our own day-to-day normal lives. So these are exercises that are designed to help us think about those in a certain way. So think about that. We'll do tiger emerging. So we'll sink the weight a little bit. We'll bring our hands up, crossed. We'll just form those claws again and come out and around and down. So gather a little energy up. Extend those claws out and around and down, creating that space again, kind of around us. Breathing in, coming up, and exhaling around and down. Envisioning that power and strength and grace, and energy envisioned in the form of a tiger. Bringing that energy and power to reside within us and to be able to use it when we need it. Do two more. Last one. Back to center. Shake that out if you need to. And we'll take maybe a 1.5 hip width stance, just a slightly wider stance. And we'll move into cloud hands. We'll just going to shift the weight off to one side, raise one hand, and then shift the weight over and bring that hand across in front of us, and then switch hands off to the other side. And find a rhythm and a breath. This is very much one of those movements where we can get into the zone. And so find a zone that works for you, a speed and a range of motion that feel right. And try to coordinate that breathing. Just focus on the beauty of the movement. Almost circular motions, the spirit of a cloud. Breathing deeply, using that ability to slow our breath down and clear our minds when we get too busy. Relaxing the face. Again, trying to do this with a minimum amount of effort. Somewhat engaged in the legs here, shifting that weight back and forth. But try and relax the shoulders, relax the arms, and have them move with as little effort as we can. Sometimes Qigong is referred to as the art of effortless flow. This is a real good movement to think about that. Do one more cycle, one more motion to each side. Relax, come back to center, shake that out. Next, let's move into hip circles. You can have a regular stance or a little bit wider if you like. Just hands on the hips. We're just going to envision you're standing in a barrel and scraping the insides of that barrel, rotating in one direction. And at this point, we'll try and keep our back and head upright, and not bend over too much at the waist. We're just going to get this motion with our hips. Just loosening up those leg muscles. Get a little stretch on the insides of your legs, stretch in the lower back and the hips. Gentle massage at the ankles here. Breathing. We can reverse directions. With a slightly different stretch in the legs. Sending good energy to those hips and thighs, legs, groin area. back to center. And let's do a version of hip circles with a little more bending at the waist. So we're going to bend at the waist this time. And try that. So bend at the waist, a circle around, come up. You don't have to bend back too far. You can just come up almost straight and try combining that hip circle with a bend at the waist and get a little more stretch in the lower back. Maybe even feeling it in my mid and upper back too. Just to do a bend and a range of motion that you're comfortable with. And as always, we make accommodations for however we're feeling. We've got injuries, we've got areas of soreness or tightness. Just don't do any of these exercises if it hurts. And when you come back to center, we can switch directions. One more. Come back to center, shake that out. Next, we'll move into teacups. We do teacups. We've got our hips all warmed up. We're ready. We're loosened. So we'll put one hand on one hip and raise the other hand up as if we're holding a little platter with a teacup in here. And we're going to shift the weight, shift the body to the left and swing, spiral that teacup down into that open space, out and around and back, and then up and over the head and around to the original starting position. So we're going to shift, circle down, back, around, then up, shifting to the other side, spiraling around, back to the original position. And just try to get into, again, a range of motion and a movement that feels right for you. Just enjoying that spiraling motion, trying to keep your palm facing up. Try not to spill that wonderful tea. I'm thinking of sencha green tea. That's what I'm holding up. Just breathing naturally. Again, this is a little more going on here than in cloud hands, but you can almost get into the zone with this motion, especially after practice. Breathing deeply, breathing in good positive energy, exhaling any negative or stuck energy, allowing our mind and bodies to perform the way they're meant to perform well. And when you get to the next starting positions, do one last motion on this side. And then relax and shake that out, whatever needs to be relaxed. And we'll do that movement on the other side. Hand on the hip, holding the teacup up here, shifting our weight the other way as we spiral down, around, and up, and over and back to the original position. Shift the weight over, spiral down and around and up over the head, original position. And just try to find a rhythm on this side. And if you're like me, you have different muscle tone and different joint function and different range of motion on each side, on the left and the right side. So one side might be easier, one side might be harder, you might have a kink somewhere. Just notice that and make the necessary accommodation. Breathing deeply, envisioning that spiral motion. Lots of spirals here in springtime. Vines are creeping out, leaves are growing, plants are beginning to come up. All that DNA working for us. When you get back to the original position, do one last teacup on this side. And then back to center. Okay, go to a series of movements again that are focused on that creating space, creating boundaries, or being aware of boundaries and space, or personal space. This one was just a simple one, it's called parting the clouds. We're just going to bring our hands up the center, kind of palms facing up the center line. We're going to rotate them out and just create a big sphere around the outside. So reach down a little bit, breathe in, and create a big sphere of energy as we go out, as we circle out, around, and down. So, inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. Just imagine that sphere of energy parting the clouds for you. We'll do 3 more of these. Forgot how to count to 3. I think this is 3. Okay. Next exercise is called pushing the chi. And we're just going to kind of bring our palms up, face up. We're going to face our palms kind of up here, chest height, face our hands out, go around and out into a T, and then down. So imagine we're creating a space this way, kind of pushing out and around horizontally, versus vertically. And you don't have to bring your hands too far back. If you make a T, that's good. But again, do what's comfortable for the range of motion. So up the center, out, around, and down. Inhaling and exhaling. healthy boundary. Let's do 2 more of this movement. Last one. Back to center, shake that out. And next movement is the same thing with turning. So we're just gonna breathe in, come up. We're gonna turn to one side as we push out to make it through. And then down. And back to center. Breathe up. Turn to the other side to make it through. And down. Breathing in. And breathing down. We go around, out, around, and down. Breathing deeply, enjoying that range of motion. Maybe one more on each side. Come back to center and shake that out. All right. Another kind of boundary exercise we did last week, I think, was big circles. So we're going to take one arm, place it out, shoulder height. We're going to shift the weight over that side a little bit and rotate that arm down and across and up the other side, round over the top. So we're going to exhale down and across, inhale, up and over. And again, this is a movement you can make as small or as large as you like. So you can start out small and get it, make it bigger. You can play with this one. Breathing in good energy. Thinking about expanding our circle of relationships as we move forward this year. And renewing our older relationships. Do 2 more circles. You might need to shake out your shoulder arms on that one. All right. We'll repeat that on the other side. Arm out and down, across, up, and over, and across. Try to get into a rhythm. Celebrate that range of motion in our legs and thighs and shoulder, arms. Breathing in healing, positive chi to wherever it's needed. If you've got a point that's giving you trouble, focus your mind on that and breathe into that point. Remembering to take time out in our week ahead, our days ahead, to stop and breathe for a minute. Let's do 2 more circles in this direction. Come back to center, shake that out. I think we're got just enough time to finish with a little bit of centering before we stand in bamboo in the wind. So we'll place one hand about the level of the dantian. We're going to swing the other arm up and over, down the center line, just beginning to smooth and even that energy that we've been working with this morning throughout our whole body, top to bottom, bottom to top, left to right. Breathing deeply, remembering to consider fairness and kindness and generosity of spirit throughout our days and our interactions. And smile in your mind, smile for real. Do one more on each side. And then bring your feet close together. Place your hands over the dantian, standing in bamboo in the wind. And just allow your body to relax and rock and sway wherever the wind or your mind or your body would like it to go. Enjoying our chi, our life force, energy that courses throughout our mind and body, bringing positivity to what we do, and joy, and good healing energy. It's been wonderful.